Hi, thanks for joining today. What we're going to do today is a Pilates and floor ballet sequence for core strength, and you're going to want a pair of socks on or some kind of slippery surface for your feet. And then if you're on a mat, go ahead and just come to the end of it, and you can lie down on your back and start with both knees in towards your chest. Let's take a couple of breaths here and relax your belly. Okay. And then you can keep your left leg in and extend your right leg out. And just use your hand to pull down on the left leg and take a couple of breaths into the left side of your belly. And then you can straighten your left leg and bring your hands behind your thigh. And just make circles with your ankle in one direction. And switch directions. And then bend your right knee and bring your left ankle to the right knee. So you make a figure four. And you can draw the legs in towards your body and release your hands to the back of the right thigh or shin. Just take a couple breaths here into your outer left hip. If your knee feels funky like this, just make sure you're pulling your toes back towards your shin a bit. And then you can release your left leg onto the floor and interlace your hands around the right shin. And again, just take a couple of deep breaths into your belly. And then extend your right leg up, interlace your hands behind the thigh, and make circles with this ankle. And go both directions. And take a figure four on this side, bringing your right ankle to the left knee. Okay. All right. So then go ahead and extend both of your legs out long. And you can flex your toes back towards your shins. We're going to take heel rocks. So here I'm just rocking my heels against the floor and my whole skeleton is responding. And just get a sense in your body of your skeleton so that as we move today, you want to feel like the skeleton remains integrated in itself. Okay? So then push the heels forwards and feel how that releases the back of the pelvis and lengthens the spine. And we're going to try and keep this release through the torso. And then slide the feet up in towards the sit bones, and then slide the feet forwards. So we'll do that a couple of times, and you can pull the toes in towards the soles of your feet, slide them up, and push the toes forwards. And as you pull the soles of the feet in, the hamstrings will probably engage more. And this is good. We really want to find that back line of the legs. We'll do one more time like this. Okay, and then we'll do the same thing but with the feet a little bit wider, about as wide as your mat. So again, release the back of the pelvis and then pull the legs in and push them forwards. And see if you can really use your feet here. So the feet pull from your toes and then push forwards through the soles of the feet and the heels. And the entire time we want to feel that the back of the pelvis is released and the spine is long, it's not being thrust or pushed up through the ribs. Do one more time like that. Okay, and now what we're going to do is the same thing but in turn out. So bring your feet together and the toes out to the sides, and then pull the feet in and push them forwards. So again, really accentuating the feet and pulling the toes back and then pushing the toes forwards or the outer foot forwards. And the back of the pelvis is released, so this low part of the belly is also released. And then the next time you pull the knees up, circle them up towards the ceiling, and then push the legs forwards and straight. Okay? 4 more times like that. Externally rotate, pull the knees up, internally rotate, and straighten the legs. And we're trying to maintain this release through the pelvis, relaxed, kind of dropped back in the low belly. Not that you're sucking or crunching it in, but it's kind of a deep feeling through the front of the pelvis. Okay, and then let's switch directions. So keep an internal rotation as you pull the knees up, and then externally rotate down. Linking your breath intuitively. Continue to find your breath support. Okay. And then go ahead and keep your legs forwards, and we'll start to just alternate. So you can take one foot up, and then as you push it forwards, pull the other foot up. So you're, again, pushing and pulling through the feet, but now you're alternating as you do. Let's do 2 more on each side. And I want you to try and maintain this kind of pelvic stability. Release through the low pelvis. And then you can bring both feet up and just go ahead and start to slide just your right leg forwards and then back up. Okay, and as the right leg slides forwards, stabilize through your left leg. So find a whole left footprint. And feel the left half of the pelvis releasing down towards the floor. And then if this is enough, do this 5 more times. And otherwise, lift your left leg and continue like so. And can you still maintain that stability through the left side and the push and pull through the right foot? And then we'll switch sides, starting with the right foot down and the left foot sliding forwards. And again, you can find your stability through the right leg or through the right foot. And find the push and the pull through the left foot. then if you wish, lift the right leg up. And then go ahead and bring your right foot to the floor, slide it forwards, and then point the foot and lift that foot all the way back up. And we'll alternate like this. So the left foot points down and lifts up. And then the right foot. Looks like you're taking, you're running backwards or something, prancing with the feet. Push and then lift. Push and then lift. And let's do 2 more on each side. And again, stabilize through the opposite side and really reach through your foot. Good. All right. So then we'll come into lifted pelvis, kind of like a bridge pose. Your feet are parallel, hip-width distance. And push down into your feet and lift your pelvis. And the pelvis doesn't need to come that high up. But what I want you to do is, again, keep this kind of release through the front of the pelvis so you're not thrusting upwards or crunching at the low back. But really press down into your heels, the inner and the outer heels, into your big toes, and into the outer edges of your feet. And then with that foot stability, you feel your leg and your pelvis stability, and you can actually try and keep this abdominal wall area fairly relaxed. And what we're going to do is just push down into the right ball of the foot and lift the right heel up. And then we'll switch sides. So like a walking action. We're not walking, just lifting the heels. Okay. And you'll probably feel a lot in your buns, and that's great. That's where we're working. Okay. And then you could continue there, or now we would take more of a walking action. So you'd lift your feet up just one at a time. Okay, now as you move, again, it's the foot that's stepping down that's stabilizing. So as I step into my left foot, the right foot lifts. As I step into my right foot, the left foot lifts. And there's a strong reaching into the floor. And then you can stay with this or go ahead and extend your entire leg. And really reach through the lifting foot and really stabilize through the lowered foot. Okay, now step down into your left foot and lift your right toes straight up towards the ceiling. And then we're going to drop the right heel until it hovers above the floor and then kick it straight up. Okay, so try and maintain stability through your standing leg and kind of an evenness and stability through your pelvis. Okay, and then go ahead and switch sides. Stand down into the right foot, hover the left foot, point the foot and kick it back up. Flexing the foot on the way down and pointing the foot on the kick up. Right, and release both feet down. And then go ahead and bring your knees into your chest and just rock a little bit side to side. And you can pull your knees into your chest and roll up. And then grab either behind your knees or in front of your shins, and you're going to bring your head down into your knees. And think about rolling evenly on your spine. So as I go back, I'm going to roll, and then as I come up, I'll roll in balance. Okay, so I don't want to thunk thunk, but I want to keep my lower spine rounding with the upper spine. And then roll back, and then roll up and balance. Okay.
Just a few more times. Go back onto the shoulders and then balance. Okay. And then go ahead and lie down. And you can take your feet out to the sides of your mat, or a little wider than your hips, and bring your knees together. And then interlace your hands behind your head. Okay, and what I want to do is squeeze my knees and thighs towards one another. And I'm going to focus on more of the upper abdominal area. So on an exhale, I'll draw the chin in towards my chest, and then peel the shoulders off the floor, and then release all the way down. Okay, so squeeze the inner thighs, and 4 more times. You're going to roll up the upper spine, and then roll down. And then go ahead and lift your legs so you make more of a chair shape. And now we'll come a little bit higher up. So take an inhale. And then exhale, roll the shoulders up and reach the forehead towards the knees. Good. And then for the last variation, you can extend the legs up towards the ceiling. And when we come up, you could think about making the letter J. So your lower back reaches towards the floor, and the feet and the lower spine lift up a little bit, as does the upper body. So take an inhale, and then exhale and make a J. All right, now we'll do more of a bicycle exercise. So we'll cross one elbow to the opposite knee, and you can move slowly so that on your inhales you're at the center. So let's inhale and lift the chest, and then as you exhale, extend the left leg and bring your left elbow outside your right knee and try and look at your right elbow. Okay, and then inhale back to the center, and exhale, right elbow to left knee, try and look at your left elbow. Right, and then 4 more on each side. Inhale and exhale. Good. And then go ahead and rest down. And bring your knees in towards your chest. Okay. So I have to... What do I need to do for this next one? I need to turn this way so you can see me. I think that'll work. I'm going to turn around the other way. Whew. Funny camera angle. And I'm going to bring my mat back. Hopefully that works. Okay. I think you can see me. So let's spread both arms out like a T, and you can extend your, let's start with knees bent. Knees bent towards the ceiling, squeeze the knees together, take a full breath out, full exhale, and then on your next inhale, bring your knees about 2/3 of the way over to the right and hover, and push your right leg into your left leg, so don't let the knees come apart. And then as you exhale, come back to the center. And then on your inhale, go to the other side. And exhale back to the center. Okay, so if that's enough of a challenge, stay with the knees bent. And if you want, extend the legs. But again, we are going to keep the legs together and don't let them kind of wobble apart. Okay, so on an inhale, take the legs about 2/3 of the way to the right. And then exhale back to the center. And inhale to the left. And exhale to the center. Okay, so let's do 3 more on each side. Last time. Okay, so you can keep your right leg up and extend your left leg forwards. Okay, and now imagine that you're, you can point both feet. Imagine you're standing on your left toes and you're on a floor, so really reach down through your left toes and try and keep the right hip pocket not crunching up into the right waist. Okay? And then as far as you can, reach your right toes to the left and keep reaching through your inner left foot. And then go ahead and come as far as you can to the right without letting your left pelvis tip. Okay, so adduct, cross your right leg over to the left and keep reaching through your left foot. And then abduct and take the right leg to the right. So we're trying to keep the pelvis stable here. We'll do 3 more. And you're not twisting in your pelvis. And you're really reaching through the inner legs, through the big toes. And you can think about if you were a ballet dancer, you're pushing down into your left toes and lengthening up your entire spine. Let's do 1 more to each side. Good. And then your right foot can be straight up towards the ceiling and we'll make circles. And your circles can be small. You can imagine drawing a circle on the ceiling with your foot. Or they can be a bit bigger. But either way, try and keep the pelvis fairly stable and keep reaching down through the left toe. And then switch directions. And then we'll switch feet. So you can bring your right leg out and extend the left leg towards the ceiling. Lengthen through the inner legs and then adduct, left to the right, and abduct, left to the left. Okay. So then continuing for 4 more times, and again, we're going to think about maintaining stability through the inner legs and into the pelvis and into the spine. Okay. And then make circles with your left foot, and they can be as small or as big as you want. And I like to accentuate the upswing. So you start to use more of your abdominal core to draw the leg up. And then switch directions. And then you can bring both legs up again. Both legs up again. Okay. And then, let's see, you can do this with bent knees or with straight legs. But take your right leg all the way over to the right onto the floor, and then bring your left leg all the way over on top of it. Okay, and now make a big half circle. My fingers might get cut off in the video, but make a big half circle of your left arm up and over until your left hand is on top of your right. And then make a big half circle of your left arm up and back and return into an upper body twist. And then take the left leg up and then the right leg up. Okay, so now we'll bring the left leg all the way down and then the right leg. So here you're in a lower body twist. And then we'll circle the right arm up and over and close the twist. And then circle the right arm up and back. Open the upper body. Bring the right foot up towards the ceiling. And then the left. So let's do 2 more on each side. So right leg to the floor. And then the left leg to the floor. Circle the left arm up and over. And then open your twist back up. Circle the left arm. And reach the left foot up, and then the right foot. Take the left leg to the floor, and then the right leg, and circle the right arm up and over, and then circle the right arm up and back. And bring the right leg up, and then the left leg. And last time, right comes down, and left comes down, and then circle to close the twist, and circle back and open the upper body. And left leg up, and then right leg up, left leg down, and then right leg down. Circle the right arm up and over, and circle the right arm up and back. And then the right leg comes straight up, and then the left leg. Okay, and you can bring your knees into your chest and rock a little bit side to side. And then we'll, let's come to sit. Come to sit. Okay. And I'm going to sit with my right knee bent and interlace my hands around the front of the right shin. My left leg is straight, and I'm really strong through my left leg, so I'm making it heavy onto the floor. And here I'm going to push my right shin into my hands, so I have the stability of my right leg as well. And then just a little bit, I'm going to start to roll my spine down, but not for very far, just a bit. And then I'm going to push into my shin and come and roll back upright and reach up. Okay, so twice more like that. So we're just going to roll a little bit down and then come back up. And come down and then come up. So continue doing that. That could feel good to you and very stabilizing for the low belly. You want to continue, reach both arms forwards. Try and keep your knee into your chest, the left leg heavy. And then exhale and roll all the way down onto your back. And then you'll circle the arms out to the sides and reach through your fingers and come all the way back up, keeping the left leg heavy. Okay, 2 more times like that. So come down and come up. Last time. Good. And then you can interlace your hands behind your right thigh. And now I'm going to push my thigh into my hands, pull my hands back, and use my right thigh almost as a brake. So I'm going to start to roll down. My left leg is going to stay heavy. I'm really pushing into the right thigh. I'm going to come all the way down onto my back. And then go ahead and extend my right leg, pull it in towards my body. And then to come back up, I'm going to exhale, lift my chest and face, and then push into my right leg, keep the left leg really heavy, and come back up. Okay, so working with the right hamstring here. And we're going to roll down. And then stretch the right leg. On an exhale, lift the chest and use the right leg to roll back up. Left leg stays heavy. One more time like that. Roll down. And then roll up. Good. And then go ahead and switch sides. Starting with the hands in front of your left shin. And just come down a tiny little bit. So we're rolling from the base of the spine, from the coccyx and just the lower half of the sacrum. And then you can continue with that, or extend the arms forwards and exhale, roll all the way down. And circle the arms to come back up. Exhale down. And inhale up. Reaching with the hands last time. Good. And then interlace your hands behind your thigh and push into your palm. Push your hamstring into your palms and use your leg to come down slow. And then stretch out the left leg. Bend your knee. Lift the chest. And use that leg to come back up. Okay. So coming down slow, rolling the spine down, extend the leg, and then use your left leg and roll back up. Right leg stays really heavy. Last time. So then from here, we'll roll again on the spine. And you can either have the knees bent, like this, kind of grabbing behind the knees, rolling, and coming up to balance. Or you can grab a hold of your big toes, and again, we'll roll back. You're just going to roll as far as your shoulders, and then roll up, and balance. So 2 more times. And then bring your feet to the floor so that they're wide apart, and take both knees over to your right and take a twist over. And then come over to your other side. So from here, you can lie down on your belly. I think I'm going to move my mat. I'm not sure how well you can see. So go ahead and lie down on your belly. So lie down on your belly. And that feeling that we had at the beginning when we were looking for a released back of the pelvis and released front of the pelvis, we're going to find that here. So you can just kind of push your toes and let the toenails slide back onto the floor, and feel that the kind of outer glutes and these inner hip muscles, kind of the transverse abdominals and psoas, engage and lengthen. And we're going to try and keep that so the legs are active, and then lift the chest and head.
And then you can bring your hands back behind you, and on an inhale, reach both arms out to the sides and forwards, and then exhale and bring them back. 4 more times. Good, and then we'll alternate like swimming. So inhale, right arm forwards, left arm forwards, and then exhale, right arm forwards, and then left arm forwards. Okay, 3 more breaths. And then let your head rest down. You can bring your hands under your shoulders. And your knees can be wide apart. Bend your knees and bring your feet towards each other. And what I'm going to do here is keep my pubic bone pressing down and the front of my pelvis kind of deepening away from the mat. So most of my effort is in the outer glutes and in the hamstrings. And I'm going to try and lift both thighs from the floor. Okay, so 5 times like that, lifting up. And then let's just do the right side for 5 times. And then you can alternate and go back and forth 5 times each. Okay. And then what we'll do is you could keep the head down or you can lift it up. But you're going to lift both thighs from the floor and then extend both legs out and then bend the knees and then release the knees. Okay, so lift up, extend, bend, and release down. And lift up, extend, bend, and release. 2 more times like that. Still trying to keep kind of a deep front pelvis. Okay, and then extend both legs out. And here what we're going to do is focus on the adductors, the inner thighs. So you're going to start with your legs out to the sides like so, and the feet turned out. You're going to lift them up, but then you're going to turn the feet towards the floor and pull the legs together. So let them widen apart, and then turn the feet down and pull the legs together. And let's do 3 more. And then release your feet so that they're wide on the floor. And you can extend your right arm out to the side, bend your left knee, and reach your left knee up and back so that your left foot comes onto the floor. And you can relax your head, relax your belly. And then we'll back onto your tummy and switch sides. Okay, and then come onto your belly. And we'll do a similar action with the arms. So with both of your arms in a kind of Y shape, look at your left hand, reach it up, and then follow it back. And you can let your left knee bend and just relax here. And then reach through your left foot And roll onto your belly and take the right arm up and back. Okay. And then you can come onto your belly again, or we'll come up onto our knees and elbows. And here, go ahead and interlace your hands and just push down into your elbows so that your shoulders are broad. Relax your head, and you're going to extend your right leg back and lift it up from the floor. And then we'll pulse here, or you'll take the right foot down and then kick it straight up, and you're going to try not to tilt your pelvis. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then go ahead and bend your right knee, and with the knee bent, little pulses up towards the ceiling for 1, try not to tip your pelvis, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then go ahead and switch sides. So again, stabilize to the standing leg. So push down into the right knee and right shin, and then lift the left leg up. Try not to tip your pelvis. You're lifting again from your hamstring and inner thigh. 1, 2, 3, as high as you can get. 4, 5, and then with the knee bent, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you can take your left knee down again. And this time we'll do abduction, adduction. So you can start with the right leg out long, and then lift it up and cross it to your left and set it down. And then lift it up and bring it far to the right, and then back to the center. So we'll do 5 times each side. Try and keep your hips stable so you're not swinging side to side and not tipping your pelvis. So to the left, up, and then to the right. Up, to the left, up, and to the right, and up. To the left, and up, right, up, left, and right. And last time, to the left as far as you can, and to the right. Okay? And then you can take your leg straight back and make circles in one direction, and try and keep the hips fairly stable as you do. And then switch directions. And then bring your right knee down, and we'll switch sides. So left leg comes up, and adduct to the right, to the center, abduct to the left, center. To the right, and to the left. As high as you can at the center, as far to the right, high, and as far to the left. Without tipping your pelvis as much as possible. To the right, and to the left, and last time to the right, and to the left. And then make circles pointing your toe. Try and stabilize from your right leg. Keep the pelvis fairly stable. And switch directions. Good. And then you can bring both knees down. And now come up onto your hands and your knees. Then we'll extend the right leg back and extend the left arm forwards. And you're going to inhale and reach out. And then exhale, pull the belly button up and draw the knee and elbow together. Okay, so inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale,
Inhale and exhale. And then extend your limbs. And on your inhale, abduct, limbs out to the sides. And then exhale, adduct, cross the limbs over the midline. Now inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. 2 more. To the sides, and then cross. Breathe in and breathe out. Reach forwards and back through your limbs, and now make circles and try and sync them in the same direction. For 5, and then switch. Good. And take everything down, and switch sides. Right arm extends, left leg back. Take a deep breath in, and then exhale, coming in. Try and lead from your navel. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Last one, inhale, and exhale. And then inhale long. Okay, go ahead and abduct. Exhale, adduct. Inhale to the sides. Exhale to cross. Inhale and exhale. Okay, and then last time. And now try and make circles with both limbs in the same direction. And switch. And you can take both hands down, both knees down, and rest into a child's pose for a few breaths. Okay. And then you can come to lie down on your side. So I'm going to lie on my left side here, and my body is, as much as I can make it, in line with my mat. So I'm not bending at the hips or the knees. And then I'm going to squeeze my legs together and lift both legs up and then hover them down. 4 more times. Lift both legs up and down. And down. And then lift both legs up, keep the right leg up, and just lower the left leg, and then close it back in. And the left foot comes down and closes. 2 more times. And then you can shift your feet forwards at an angle. And I'm going to tuck my left toes under here. So again, like I'm standing on the floor. And then using your right foot, point your right toes and trace a line up the inner leg, and then extend it out. So you're going to drop, and then out, and up, and out. And really push into the left toes, try and keep the spine engaged and long. Okay. Then draw the right toes up, and lengthen your right leg out, and close it all the way down. Pulling the right toes up, lengthening, and release. Draw up, lengthen, release. Twice more. Continue to engage the left leg. Find the length of your spine. And then we'll switch. So from a long leg, reach the foot up towards the ceiling, bend your knee, and then extend and come down. Taking it up, bend, and down. Up, bend, and down. Last 2. And 1. Okay. Now, lift your right leg from your left just a few inches. And you don't need to go very far because I want you to keep your spine stabilized. But kick your right leg forwards a bit and then back. So try not to let your pelvis really thrust in one direction or the other. But keep the support of your left leg. And then we'll make circles, just little circles here. Again, kind of drawing with your big toe. And then switch directions. Okay. And now you can step your right foot onto the floor kind of in front of your hips. And now you're going to point your left foot and pulse upwards with your left leg. So 4 more times, just pulsing up. Okay, and then make circles with your left foot. And switch directions. Okay, and then we'll, from here, roll onto your belly. And you're going to lift both feet up and turn your toes out and try and kind of bring your heels to tap together. And you could do that maybe 30 times, 20 or 30 times, just tapping them in. Okay, and then we'll roll over onto the other side. So now you're on your right side, and again, the spine is as long with your body as you can. And then you're going to squeeze both legs and lift both legs up at the same time. Okay, and then keep your left leg up and just let the right leg come down and then pull it in for 5 times. And then shift both feet forwards, so your hips flex a bit. And you can tuck the right toes under. And here we'll point the left toes and trace them up the right leg. And what I'm doing is I'm really pushing through my right toes as if I'm standing on the ground, so that my spine is supported. Even though I'm lying down, it's supported from the midline. And then you can draw the left toes up. Extend the leg, and let it come down. Drawing up, extend, and lower. And up, extend, lower. Okay, and then we'll switch directions. With the straight leg, you can lift it up, bend, and release. Up, bend, and release. 3 more times. And then keep your leg just a little bit lifted from the right, and without letting the torso sway, or as much as possible, you can take the leg forwards and back, almost like you're kicking forwards and back. And I like to here kind of just play with how much I'm using my left hand. And I'm trying to not use it at all. And then make circles with your left leg. So they can be small circles once again. Keep your right foot pressing into the floor and stabilizing. And go both directions. And then you can take your left foot in front of your right and point your right toes and take little pulses upwards with the right leg. Okay. And then we'll make circles with the right toes. In both directions. And then once again, roll onto your belly. And this time, we'll keep the legs internally rotated. So when you tap your feet together, it's not just your heels, but it's your whole inner foot. So go ahead and lift your legs and take little taps with your feet. And then you can bring your hands underneath your chest and push yourself back. With the knees together, just let your hips shift over to your left. And you can grab your right ankle with your right hand and reach the left arm up and over. Let's get two wheels there. Reach the left arm up and over and take a side bend. Breathe into your left side. And then release your left hand down to the floor at your left. Excuse me, extend the right leg out, and you can shift your pelvis forwards and up and reach the right arm back. And breathe into your right side. And then go ahead and switch sides. And bring your knees to your left. Grab your left shin with your left hand. Right arm comes up and over. And turn your head wherever the neck is comfortable. And then bring your right hand to the floor beside you. Extend your left leg and shift the pelvis forwards and up. And reach back through your left arm. And then you'll come down, bring your feet in, and here's something to practice for a while, is just from a squat coming to stand without using your arms. So you're just using your feet and your core to bring your weight forwards and then push down and come all the way up. Okay. And then once you come up, shift that camera angle. Hold on. Okay, camera angle shifted. The joys of home recording. Right, so you're gonna stand with your feet hip-width distance and parallel. I'm just gonna turn to the side here. Hip distance and parallel. And here I'm just gonna bend my knees, reach my arms forwards, and on an inhale, straighten my legs and reach up. Okay, bend the knees, inhale, straighten up, and circle out. And really support from your feet. So push down through your inner and your outer heels, through your inner and your outer feet. Reach up through your fingertips. And then you can continue with that, or reach forwards and then come all the way up onto your tiptoes. And then come down. And then come all the way up onto the tips of your toes. You can release your arms, and we're just going to lower and lift the heels a few times. And try and keep your heels not falling out or in. So your ankles stabilize from the inner and the outer. And then do that double time. Good. Okay. And now we're going to do the same thing but with the feet turned out. So don't worry if the toes don't turn out that much. Okay? You want your knees to travel over your toes, not for your knees to be inside of your toes. So you don't need to turn out a lot. Okay? Bend the knees, and then inhale, reach up. So you can squeeze your buns when you come up. Draw the inner legs towards each other.
And then come all the way up onto the tiptoes if you wish. And then you can stay up on your tiptoes, and we'll do lower and lift a few times. Really push down between the big toe and the little toe side. And then go twice as fast. Yay. That's it. Thanks for joining.